no matter the location. From O-A-K-L-A to L-V, I'm a Raider.
Raider Nation, this mailbag is presented by my good friends, Only One Nation. If you're looking for some Raiders gear, maybe this t-shirt, an awesome hat, a face mask, heck, every single purchase, get it out, Mitch, at onlyoneNation60.com. You also get a free sticker. We're hooking you up with this awesome deal. Code Hail Mary, 30% off is how you're going to get it. That link is in the comments and in the description. First question coming in here from Jason. This is my dude. Which part of the Colts are you worried more about? Colts defense or offense? Me is their defense. Their defense is actually, I think, better than the offense. However, I am worried about their offense because our defense scares the hell out of me, and it's probably the reason why I've seen a few gray hairs pop up. I'm worried about the defense and the offense, both of them. I'm just being real with you, Jason. This one's coming in here from Truth Raider 2007. I think your caps are on. Let me clear my throat here. The Raiders will never win anything with Carr. Signed Sam Darnold. Well, this is just one of the worst takes I've seen in a long time. You're not getting rid of Derek Carr for Sam Darnold. You're going to keep Carr for the next 2 seasons. Why? He's got one of the best contracts in all of football. I will make that argument. Getting a top 10 quarterback, making $22.5, then the year after that, $19.5 million, that's phenomenal. That allows you to build around Derek for the next 2 years. Now, I don't know if you extend him past that. You wait to see after those 2 years how he gets it done. But Sam Darnold, I liked Darnold when he first came out of USC. I would have never drafted him in like the top 15 picks. But to say you'd rather have Sam Darnold than Derek Carr in a window right now where you're trying to get into the playoffs, that's pretty mind-blowing to me. Sorry, dude. I'm just gonna respectfully disagree. Sam Darnold, not better than Derek Carr. Hang on to him. He's the guy that you got. And also, if you have to get Darnold, you also got to trade for him. Like, that's not happening. There's no way I'm trading probably a third-round pick for Darnold. He's been popping up in a lot of Jets trade rumors because they're going to end up having the number 1 pick. If they do have the pick, you take Trevor Lawrence, and then that means bye-bye Sam Darnold. But how about this? All right, Sam made this real quick, and I appreciate producer Sam. Give him a round of applause. Who's the better quarterback, Derek Carr or Sam Darnold? If I don't see 500 DCs in the comment section, I'm going to go nuts because this is no disrespect to Darnold, but Derek Carr is clearly superior, and then you're going to try to bring in Darnold to try to learn this offense, which Derek struggled with at the beginning? No, it just doesn't make sense. DC, y'all. Type DC. Next one coming in is from Joshy B123. Where has Muse been? Talking about Tanner Muse, the Clemson safety that the Raiders turned into a linebacker. He had a bad training camp. They put him on the IR early, and then once he was able to basically return, they put him on IR because he had surgery. He'll be back next year, but not too good for the player that the Raiders drafted. I believe 100 overall in round 3. Next guy, Eldon, a.k.a. Turtle. Do you think if they move Joyner back to safety, Lawson in the slot and Worley opposite side of Mullen, what do you think? I mean, personally, I think one of the best games Lamarcus Joyner's had this year is when he actually played safety. I would personally move back Joyner to safety just because I know you can't trust Jeff Heath and Eric Harris to be able to get it done, play in and play out. And without Jonathan Abram, this week, Nevin Lawson was definitely a player that they had worked in, I believe, 2 weeks ago into the slot. But Worley should not be in the slot whatsoever. But I would be a little bit worried if they did put him on the outside coming out. He just hasn't been good. Really bad this year for the Cowboys, and it's why he was also on the practice squad for the Bills. This next question's coming in, and as a reminder, use hashtag Raiders, or I want you to super chat. We got 420 likes on the live video. It's pretty good of y'all. Should we get Richard Sherman? Okay, I like this question. Richard Sherman is going to be a free agent in 2021. However, I don't anticipate the Raiders bringing him in. I still think that this is going to be a team that tries to stay young. Sherman is still one of the top cornerbacks in the National Football League, and I would like, honestly, for Trayvon Mullen to learn behind him, and I would love for Damon Arnett to learn behind Richard Sherman, who's also one of the most intelligent players in the league. But if you take Richard Sherman, I also think that means that you're admitting that Damon Arnett isn't the player that you were hoping he was, so for that reason, I'll say no. Caden the Plug, okay, Trent Williams is also going to be a free agent in 2021. Could be a replacement if Brown flops this season. So just like Trent Williams, Trent Brown, so obviously if you move on from Brown, you save $14 million. Trent Williams had his ups and his downs when he's been on the field for the 49ers this year. He's been a pretty solid tackle. But if the Raiders let Brown go, I don't think they bring in a guy like Williams. Look for them to potentially go after somebody in the draft. So if you guys are always looking for free stuff, who doesn't like free? I love free. That's why we're here at the Raiders Report. And if you want free Raiders videos, go ahead and click that big red button that says subscribe. If you're already subbed, hey, I appreciate you. Take the link that you see below, youtube.com/Raiders Report, and I want you to send it to some people. And you know why I want you to send it? Because I hate losing, and I don't want to lose the Tom Downey over at the Cowboys Report. Last time I checked, I had 67,000, I'm not good with numbers, subscribers. Cowboys has beat me by like 14K. We have a race to 100,000 subs. If we can beat the Cowboys Report, I would love that. So rally the troops, get some fans here, let's beat the Cowboys Report. I don't want to lose to Tom Downey. Super chat time. Kenny is one of my dudes. We must win this game to make the playoffs. You're not 100% wrong, Kenny. Obviously, if you lose, it doesn't put you in a great spot, and then you have to win out to go 10-6. But it's technically still, even if the Raiders lose, it doesn't put them out. Now, the Browns winning puts a damper on it a little bit. We'll see what happens then if the Dolphins beat the Chiefs. If the Dolphins beat the Chiefs, then I'll say this. Yes, it might actually be over. But I'm hoping the Chiefs win, beat the Dolphins, and then the Raiders take care of business against Miami. Both teams maybe go 10-6-ish. And then the advantage goes to the Raiders. Eduardo, we should pick up Harrison Smith. Another very solid player who, sure, if the Raiders can figure out a way to go out and get Harrison Smith, absolutely love it. Would also love to get Anthony Harris, the other safety over there for the Minnesota Vikings. As you can see, we need safety help. I don't care who it is, but this team needs to get some safety help. Caden the Plug, you're next up here on the Raiders Report. If we get Leonard Williams, would he play on the edge or on the inside? If you get Leonard Williams, he's going to play on the inside for the Raiders team. Now, sure, you could probably bounce him inside and out, but I also think then this allows you to have Cleveland Ferrell to go back on to the outside. It also might allow you to have Cleveland Ferrell and Leonard Williams on as your defensive tackles. The reason why Williams plays both is because all the different fronts the Giants try to run. But if this happens, I think he stays on the inside. Fam Illy, how many Chucky heads are the Colts? Game is the most important game of the remaining games. 4 Chucky heads. The next game is the most important. And then when you ask me next week about the Chargers, that game is the next important. You can't look too far ahead. Take care of business right now, because if you don't, it don't really matter the other games. So right now the Colts game, 4 Chucky heads, is by far the most important game. And I don't see how you could think otherwise. So again, y'all, continue to use hashtag Raiders or Super Chat to get your questions on. Speaking of the Colts, this one's coming in from Marcus O'Connor. Is Rivers playing this week? I'm guessing you're asking this because of the report about Rivers having surgery. He will, in fact, have toe surgery, but he's going to have it at the end of the season. So he's been battling a foot injury literally like the entire season. He's going to play. He's going to tough it out. The one thing I will always give Phillip Rivers credit for is being a tough dude. He will play this week against the Las Vegas Raiders, but as soon as the season's over, he will have toe surgery, which will be pretty interesting to see what the Colts end up doing because they signed him to a 1-year, $25 million contract. Will they bring him back? That still remains to be seen because it's not going to be Rivers, and it's also not going to be Jacoby Brissett playing quarterback for the Colts next year. All right, I like this debate too. Let's go. Who's been the better quarterback this year, type 4 for Derek Carr or type 17 for Phillip Rivers? If you look at quarterback wins, you're going to say Phillip Rivers. If you look at stats and overall play on the field, you would say Derek Carr. Now, Carr does have more turnovers than Rivers, but I also think that Carr's been better this year, and he's had to deal with a lot more. And as great as the Raiders' offensive line is, the Colts have a better offensive line. I'm going to type my 4. I don't anticipate seeing many 17s, but I also know how much y'all hate Phillip Rivers, so sometimes I bring him up just to get you guys fired up a little bit. Next one coming in from the Golden Boss. What up, my man? Mitch, this is bold, but imagine Luke Kuechly as defensive coordinator. That's definitely bold. I love Luke Kuechly a lot. Obviously, he was a surprise retire this past year from the Carolina Panthers. But Kuechly is one of the smartest players. I don't know if he would be the guy that the Raiders would personally bring in. However, if he were to be a DC, I could see it potentially being with the Carolina Panthers or at least a linebackers coach. It's a fun idea, but I'm still going to say, hey, if we're going to bring in a DC, I want me some Wade Phillips, or also throw out this name, Jim Schwartz. If Jim Schwartz ends up getting fired from the Philadelphia Eagles, that's a name I would definitely consider, and even like a Vic Fangio. If Fangio gets fired as well, that's another guy who I'd consider bringing in. Braden Collins, why do we call so much zone? It isn't working. Shouldn't they figure this out? That's part of the Paul Guenther defense. Zone and not figuring shit out. He has definitely been one that I've been wondering about for a while. I think this defense is definitely more of a man-style defense. But there's a lot of injuries. There's a lot of players moving in and out. But I'm with you. I don't understand why it's zone, and I know definitely Corey Littleton has really struggled with it. I don't have an answer, and if I did, I don't think Paul Guenther would be here anymore. So I want you all to show some love to today's sponsor, Only One Nation. If it wasn't for them, the lights would not have turned on today. So what I want everyone to do, type O1N. It stands for Only One Nation. And if y'all need some new stocking stuffers, maybe to put some underneath the tree, we're going to hook you up here at the Las Vegas Raiders Report. If you want this hat, got it. It's like $29 free, or $29, 30% off using code Hail Mary at onlyoneNation60.com. If you buy a hat, if you buy a face mask, this t-shirt also comes with a sticker. I don't know about you, free sticker. You could give me just about anything if I was a kid, and if it was free, I would have flippin' loved it. So, hey, you get yourself a t-shirt, give your kid a sticker in their stocking. They'll love you forever. If you want a new tank top, they just dropped those as well. Probably my favorite hat that they have are these camo ones. We know that there's only one nation. It's why I love this company a lot. Use code Hail Mary at onlyoneNation60.com. Save 30% off. And again, that link is going to be in the comments and in the description. Super chat time. We got a little more time, a few more super chats, and I got to get out of here. Chances of trading up in the draft, and what are the chances of signing Wade Phillips? Wade Phillips at this point is one Chucky had. There was a report probably like 5-6 days ago, probably when you see this video, maybe 2 weeks ago, that multiple teams were interested in Wade Phillips. I would love him. I know he's 73 years old, but I still think he's one of the best, still one of the best, I would say, defensive coordinators in the league. Also, shout out to Brian Darr. Much love to you, my man. But trading up in the draft, this is a team that I do believe wants to hang on to their draft picks. Maybe they make a few things move, but I don't anticipate them trading up. So please use hashtag Raiders or Super Chat to get your questions on the show. Let's go to Gobster Magana. Do you think the Raiders need a new defensive coordinator? Yeah. There's a reason why I have a Fire Paul Guenther shirt. There's a reason why we chant FPG. I think the entire Raider Nation wants to move on from him. Next question coming in from Brain Swivels Gaming. If we could get Stephon Gilmore, that would be awesome. You're damn right. The issue is we ain't getting Stephon Gilmore, unfortunately. He's staying with the Patriots. He ain't going anywhere. Again, y'all, a few more minutes to get some questions in here. If I missed it, please hit me up on Instagram at Mitchell Renz 365. I do always check my DMs. Super chat time coming in from Marlon Roland. Mitch, will you fart for a $75 super chat on game day? You know what, Marlon? I'll make you a deal. When I go live on Sunday, 10 minutes before the game, I will do my best to fart into the mic. If that makes you all happy, if it gets us a win, shit, I'll do it. $75? Hell yeah, man. I've done a lot worse for a lot less. Let's just say that. But Marlon, appreciate the super chat. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Again, hit me up on IG. I'm at Mitchell Renz 365. Let's go to Seth Laws. Do you think we could ever get Khalil Mack back? No, y'all. We ain't getting Khalil back ever. His contract just doesn't allow him to get traded from the Chicago Bears. Now, maybe if Chicago was willing to, eat their entire contract, sure, but no, I just don't anticipate that happening. As much as I would love to have Khalil back, sorry, y'all, it ain't happening. This next one's coming in from Damien. If Jacobs doesn't play on Sunday, how many yards will Booker get? Let's go over-under. I'd probably put it at 63.5 yards. The Indianapolis Colts are top 10 in rushing yards against running backs and receiving yards against running backs. They're a legit team. So I'm going to put it at 65.5. If you want to let me know, type O for over, type U for under. We got time for one more question, and then I'm going to get out of here. We should sign Bud Dupree next year. So as a reminder, Bud Dupree tore his ACL this past week. If the ACL checks out and he's totally healthy, I'll consider it. If it doesn't, it is something to be worried about. Bud Dupree is one of the best edge rushers in the entire National Football League, coming off 2 great years. I hate to see the injury, considering from someone who's also torn his ACL, but you got to see how the ACL is before we go and sign him. All right, one more super chat here coming in from Cole Cook. Should Mark Davis sell the Raiders? Would this benefit the organization? I'm going to say no. I want it to stay into the Davis family. I understand a lot of people have criticized Mark in the past, but Al's the GOAT. He started this, and I personally believe that he would want his son to be able to keep the team. So I'm going to say Mark should keep it. The only way it doesn't happen is if you get some ridiculous billionaire owner who comes in and can basically transform the Raiders to making more money than the Dallas Cowboys. But if not, I'm going to keep Mark Davis.